Hi, I'm Christy Rost. When we entertain at home, my goal is always to spoil our guests. Serving dinners I know they'll love is as easy as today's recipes for quail with white beans and chicken parmigiana. Welcome to At Home with Christy Rost. So I'm preheating my Analon X skillet, and the heat is going to be so even because of the construction of the skillet that the quail is going to cook just like this. So first I'm going to season. I'm going to take some sea salt. This is the Parmigiana Italian sea salt, and some freshly ground black pepper. Add a little olive oil to the pan. Just swirl to coat the bottom just a tiny bit, and then I put the quail in skin side down. These are only going to cook for about 3 minutes. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm searing the bottom first, then it's going to cook through just a little bit, then I'll turn it over after about 2.5, 3 minutes and cook the other side for just a flash. Doesn't take long. Quail is very small, and these are quail breasts. So I put them in, then I season the other side. And some freshly ground pepper. And we're back in about 3 minutes. The quail has been cooking for about 3 minutes, and so now it's ready to turn. So it's nice and brown on the one side. I love that. And in the meantime, all the nice browning from the quail is now on the bottom of this pan, and what does that create? Flavor, that's right. So there we are. That's just going to take another maybe minute or so. And in the meantime, then, while that finishes up, I'm going to be adding to the skillet chopped onion, green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, garlic, jalapeno, which is going to give a nice bite back there. We'll add in some cilantro, some canned beans. What I'm using is 2 15-ounce cans of Great Northern beans, and you just dump them in a colander, rinse them real well, and drain them. So this is really easy. Quick cooking, absolutely such an easy way to entertain your guests. So I'm going to take the quail and just put it around the perimeter of my serving platter here. And I'll add some more quail to this in a little while. And they're so cute, these little quail breasts. So these are from Texas Quail Farms, and I love those people. They're so sweet, and their quail is out of this world. So now I have a little bit of fat from the quail, and I just add in my onion, green bell peppers, yellow. Look at pretty colors here. Don't forget, you always eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth. And I'm going to saute that for just a moment. It's going to start picking up all this nice browning from the bottom of the pan. And as the peppers and the onions begin to soften, then I add in my garlic. And I saute that just for a moment. Remember, garlic tends to burn, so you want to, just add it towards the end of any dish that you are sauteing. Give it a chance to just pick up the heat and then release its flavor. And then I add in my chopped jalapeno. Again, nice nice bite. We've got some good flavors going here. And once that has all had a chance to saute for a few minutes and to soften a bit, then I add in my canned beans and about a half cup of chicken broth, a third to a half. And now I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes till everything gets hot and softens. These have been cooking for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add in some chopped cilantro. Again, just to give it a little extra color and certainly a little bit of right in the back throat. And I'll add in just a little bit of salt. So just a little Italian sea salt. And some freshly ground pepper. You do this right before you serve. Give it a quick toss. The quail is all done, looks gorgeous. And dinner's ready. Now this is when you know that inviting guests over for dinner is no big deal. And I'm going to do another recipe for you next, chicken parmigiana. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. Analon X is designed for flawless performance. Its non-stick surface is engineered to keep oil in the middle of the pan, directly under the food, for caramelizing and searing that create the flavors you love. A thick stainless steel base distributes heat evenly, and it's safe for all stovetops, including induction. Analon X is the official cookware for At Home with Christy Rost. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. It all started years ago with a woodworking tool. Now, microplane graters, citrus zesters, classic rasp, butter blades, ginger tools, cheese graters, vegetable peelers, and spice grinders are an indispensable tool in nearly every kitchen. Microplane is the official grater in At Home with Christy Rost. Chicken parmigiana, simple enough for an every night meal, but really tasty and eye-appealing for guests. So here's how easy it is. So I have some boneless chicken breasts, and I'm using a meat mallet, and I want to pound this so that the meat is even all the way across. That way it will cook evenly, and you won't end up with partial, not cooked on one end and way too cooked on the other. So be gentle, but be firm. And then in the meantime, I'm preheating my skillet over here. So I'll just move this to the side. I have some breading. So this is plain breadcrumbs. And to this, I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. This is Parmigiano Reggiano. And I kind of like to add just a little extra because it's great flavor for the meat. So I'll just use my classic microplane. This is like the original one. And add just a little extra Parmigiano Reggiano to that. And I have some dried oregano. I rub it between my hands to help release the flavor. And I'm going to add in some salt. This is Italian sea salt by parmigiana, and some freshly ground pepper. Boy, I can really smell the oregano. It smells really yummy. Okay, and I just mix this up with my hands. And you can do this part ahead, okay? Everything you're going to see right now, you can do ahead, and then come back and just pop it in the oven later. So, to my mind, that's a really great recipe to have when you're entertaining guests. So I'm whipping 2 eggs together. I just use a fork for that. Okay, then I'm going to add some olive oil to my pan. And I'm going to swirl just a little, though you really don't have to. This is an Analon X with the sear technology, so you really don't have to swirl, but I'm in such a habit of doing that. So here we go. I have my chicken breast, and I'm going to dredge it in the egg first, and then in the crumbs, and turn it over again like that. Make sure it's well coated. And then I'm going to put the real smooth side down in the pan. And you should be able to hear the sizzle. Then I have another one that I already pounded. I'm going to dredge it also in the egg mixture, and then into the crumbs. Then I'm going to brown this. It's going to take several minutes. I'm going to brown it, turn it over, and brown it again on the other side. Then it goes into a roasting pan. So this will just take a few minutes. So the chicken has now browned on both sides. Look at that. Look how gorgeous this is. And that's what you want. You want it really nice and brown. Here's another. And I'm actually going to fill this pan with these beautiful chicken breasts. But for now, I have a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I'm going to add in some oregano. And I kind of really like the flavor of oregano, so I'm adding a little extra. And then I'm going to stir in a little bit of parmigiana reggiano. And I stir this together. This is super simple, okay? The flavor's already there, and all I'm doing is enhancing it by adding the oregano and the cheese. Beautiful. Then I'm going to take a little of this cheese and just go on top of my chicken like this. And then I'm going to spoon some of the sauce across my chicken breasts, right across the middle. And that's the key. You don't want to smother it with sauce. You just want it right across the middle, because that's when it looks so pretty when it's plated. And I'm going to do this with the rest of the chicken breasts too. And then I think I'll take just a little more of the Parmigiano Reggiano and just put that right across the tomato sauce. And again, I'm using my microplane classic rasp. That shreds so easily, it's really a pleasure. And then take a little bit of, or a lot of it, depending on what you like, mozzarella cheese, and put that right across the center over the tomato sauce. As this bakes in the oven, it is just going to melt and look absolutely beautiful. So there we go. And then I will take this and put this in the oven at 375 degrees just until it's cooked through. The chicken will be tender and juicy, and the cheese will have melted, and it makes a gorgeous presentation. So we'll do that. First of all, I'm going to add the rest of my chicken breast, and then we'll put it in the oven. So the chicken parmigiana is done. Look at the stretchy cheese. Oh, is that fun? Oh, I love it. Love it. That's the best part. Best part of any dish, but especially this one. Oh yeah, this is definitely dinners the guests love. So easy. It's dinners that the host loves too. I'm pairing the chicken parmigiana with the Provenance Vineyards Deadeye Red Blend. It's a 2017, and it is full of notes of dark fruit and spice. And because of that, it is a beautiful pairing with the tomato sauce in the chicken parmigiana. Thanks so much for joining me today on At Home with Christy Rost, where hospitality, great food, and beautiful wines are a tradition. I'd like to thank today's sponsors: Analon, Microplane, Little Bear Golden Honey, Provenance Vineyards, Parmasale Sea Salt, Tip Tech, and our good friends at Melissa's Produce and Texas Quail Farms. Cheers. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. Analon X is designed for flawless performance. Its non-stick surface is engineered to keep oil in the middle of the pan, directly under the food, for caramelizing and searing that create the flavors you love. A thick stainless steel base distributes heat evenly, and it's safe for all stovetops, including induction. Analon X is the official cookware for At Home with Christy Rost. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. It all started years ago with a woodworking tool. Now, microplane graters, citrus zesters, classic rasp, butter blades, ginger tools, cheese graters, vegetable peelers, and spice grinders are an indispensable tool in nearly every kitchen. Microplane is the official grater in At Home with Christy Rost.